Right, this is about the dangers of a plaster cast that's too tight. Last week I broke my foot, and this is a picture about half hour after I broke my foot, and I'm just waiting for my brother to take me to the hospital. As you can see, no bruising at all on my toes.
Yep, it's broke badly. Oh dear.
Right, so the hospital, very efficient, got me in there, set me foot, and as you can see, the first cast is the old type of plaster, and there's a gap down the front of it, probably about an inch, all the way running from the kneecap all the way down to the centre of the foot. I suppose that's for expansion, but absolutely no problem with this cast whatsoever. I had it on 6 days before I went back to the hospital to have it changed.
A nice shade of blue. Wiggle them twiddlies. Yep. 3 more weeks.
You'll be quicker than me.
Okay, well, after 6 days I went back to the hospital to have my plaster changed, and as you can see, foot seems perfectly alright. I didn't notice any bad bruising or anything. Anyway, cast seemed fine, a new type, blue plastic I presume, I didn't know what it was, but no gaps this time, just wrapped all the way around. Anyway, I get home, and after a few hours I start feeling ill. I'm getting hot sweats, starting to feel dizzy, and I looked at my feet, the bottom of my toes were turning black. So I immediately rang the fracture clinic up and explained the situation to them, and they immediately told me to put the phone down and dial 999. Well, to cut a long story short, the ambulance came and took me to the hospital, where they took me into the fracture clinic after waiting about 10 minutes in the ambulance outside, and immediately cut the plaster off. Thereby the relief when the plaster was cut off was overwhelming. Anyway, they put a new plaster on, all seemed fine. Said okay, take your time. So I phoned my son to come and take me home, and as I was waiting for him I started to go dizzy again. So I thought, oh, I better go back here. So I just made it back to the fracture clinic, and I passed out in front of the door. The nurse or sister immediately opened the door, dragged me in, drink of water and everything, and I explained to her that this cast had suddenly started going tight, and I started feeling very, very dizzy again. She said, are you claustrophobic or anything? Do you think anything's caused it? I said, no, I can feel it tightening up between my leg and my foot on the right angle. So anyway, the lad who did it and the nurse, the boss, cut that one off and gave me a flexible boot. And the next pictures are taken 2 days after, and you can see what that plaster did to my foot. I was really very lucky, I think. So just remember, if your cast feels too tight, then immediately go back and get it taken off. It may save your life and your limbs.